A+, flirting. Hi there, welcome to K Reacts, and today we are watching episode 3 of the BBC Pride and Prejudice. In case you don't know, I have seen all these before, but we're just revisiting them because they're amazing. So like I said, we're doing episode 3 today. Last episode we met Mr. Collins and Mr. Wickham, and Lizzie turned down Mr. Collins' proposal. So now we're moving forward and we'll see what happens next. And if you all could please just hit that subscribe button, like, comment, that would be really helpful to the channel and I'd really appreciate it. And thank you so much to all of you who have done that so far. And anyway, I will just quit the talking and we will get right into that video. Colin Firth and Jennifer Ely. Is that how you say her name? Ely?
Our cousin, Mr. Collins, is not the cleverest of men, perhaps, but he is.
Jane is way too nice.
That the whole party will have left Netherfield by now for London. And without any intention of coming back again.
Like, really? They were just gonna leave without saying a proper goodbye. Even Bingley? Such a horrible thing to do.
I cannot believe Caroline is capable of willful deceit. All I can hope for in this case is that she has deceived us.
I hope that you will stay and take tea with us.
Like, he could be such a nice guy. He could be a kind of a Bingley-esque type of person, like so nice. Everybody likes him, but he just underneath has to be like a total scumbag. Whatever. The choices you make.
My dear, do not give way to such gloomy thoughts. Let us hope for better things. Let us flatter ourselves that I might outlive you.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Bennet. I love him.
Beauty is not the only virtue, Mariah. She has just inherited a fortune of £10,000, I understand.
Now that is a definite virtue.
I agree. I like this little, not transition, cinematography choice of moving through the rooms.
I thought it very strange that both my letters should have gone astray.
Very strange indeed.
Right?
I must conclude then that Mr. Bingley now no longer cares for me.
Oh, Jane. Nobody deserves that. But especially not her. I think of all her bonnets that she wears, this one that she has on right now is my favorite one.
I hear I am to congratulate you on your forthcoming betrothal to Miss King.
I think it's interesting that there's kind of little hints of what he's really like, just sprinkled here and there. Like, they're not very obvious until you actually know. But you look back, you're like, he's marrying this girl because she's rich and whatever, you know?
Till you or your sister Jane return, I shall not hear 2 words of sense spoken together.
Why would Mr. Collins ever want to go move into Longbourn when he's got this place? And he's so close to Lady Catherine de Bourgh.
Lady Catherine de Bourgh herself was kind enough to suggest that these shelves be fitted exactly as you see them there.
Shelves in the closet.
Happy thought indeed.
I encourage him to be in his garden as much as possible.
I bet. I would. Lady Catherine's theme's very intense.
Mark the windows. There are
64 and all. 64.
And I have...
Your friend appears to be quite a genteel, pretty sort of girl, Mrs. Collins. Her father's is...
Just talking about her as if she's not in the room.
Yes.
The whole, like...
Mr. Darcy has arrived at Rosings.
Oh... Mr. Darcy, you say?
Lipper, I know he dislikes me as much as I do him.
Make haste! Make haste!
Well, about that, Lizzie.
Well, this you do not find at Rosings Park.
My aunt.
I love Mr. Collins in the background just, oh my my goodness, blah, 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 blah. And Darcy's like totally ignoring him.
Nobody plays, nobody sings.
My man,
I believe you play.
you need to stop.
I hope that your family is in good health.
Thank you, yes.
And A+ flirting. I get it though. I am 100% a Mr. Darcy. Just the worst in social situations. Just don't know how to talk to people. I've gotten better, but like several years ago, like in high school and stuff, totally the worst. See, this is your moment. She's just walking, you go up to her and start a good conversation.
And if I had ever learned, I should be a true proficient.
I fear I am ill-qualified to recommend myself to strangers.
That's an understatement.
I do not play this instrument so well as I should wish to. But I have always supposed that to be my own fault, because I would not take the trouble of practicing.
Oh, what a good line.
We neither of us perform to strangers.
Darcy, you don't even perform to people you know.
What are you talking of? What are you telling?
His eye roll, though. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to my true love, please.
Miss Bennet,
I must have my share in the conversation.
As for the daughter, she...
Oh, you always know it's going to be good.
Darcy.
As soon as you see him. Oh my goodness, it's so awkward.
No, please don't trouble yourself.
Darcy, we need to have a talk. You need to just get yourself together.
I understand that he congratulates himself on having lately saved Mr. Bingley the inconvenience of a most imprudent marriage.
Oh.
I am, thank you.
She's like, what the F are you doing here?
Will you not sit down?
What the F are you doing here, Darcy? Hmm? Oh, she just has no idea what's coming. Like, not a clue.
In vain I have struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. Going expressly against the wishes of my family, my friends, and I hardly need add my own better judgment.
Oh, come on. You did not need to say that. So to recap, he's saying, I am madly in love with you, but I don't want to be. I wish I wasn't. Goes against my better judgment.
I beg you, most fervently, to relieve my suffering and consent to be my wife.
Oh, Mr. Darcy, you can't just wing things. You really need to rehearse.
But I cannot.
Ooh.
His misfortunes. Yes, his misfortunes have been great indeed.
And of your infliction. You have reduced him to his present state of poverty, and yet you can treat his misfortunes with contempt and ridicule.
He's like, what? Just leave it. Just leave it. You're about to get a smackdown.
Had I concealed my struggles and flattered you?
Ooh, you need to stop. You're about to get it.
To congratulate myself on the hope of relations whose condition in life is so decidedly below my own.
Finish him.
You're mistaken, Mr. Darcy. The motive of your declaration merely spared me any concern I might have felt in refusing you had you behaved in a more gentlemanlike manner.
Oh!
You could not have made me the offer of your hand in any possible way that would have tempted me to accept it.
Oh!
From the very beginning, your manners impressed me with the fullest belief of your arrogance, your conceit, and your selfish disdain for the feelings of others. I had not known you a month before I felt you were the last man in the world whom I could ever marry.
Oh!
Accept my best wishes for your health and happiness.
You just see, like, everything die inside of him as she gives that speech. She just, like, came for his soul. Woo! Alright, so that was episode 3 of the BBC Pride and Prejudice. Thank you for watching it with me. But I I love this series. It's so good. We got to the iconic proposal with Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth where they throw down, and finally Mr. Darcy's complete social awkwardness is out in the open, and well, it's about to hopefully get better. This story is just so good, you guys. It is, because they just start out one way and then they end up different. That's just good storytelling, and the way it's done is just amazing. I love it so much, and I relate to Darcy so hard. Like, he just is too awkward, doesn't know how to talk to people, and thinks he's doing such a good job when actually it's total trash. And it's just great. And I can't wait to see him try to be better instead of just going off and like being like, oh, like I don't know what she's talking about, I am amazing and whatever. He actually takes criticism to heart and tries to be better, which makes him such a great person, and that's why we love him, right? Not just because he's a total dork. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next episode. Thank you for watching K-Redux.